I was sitting on the back porch of Vicente's house in northern Mexico when Emilito and Eligio suddenly showed up. Emilito was ebullient, as ever. I had always thought, when both of them were together, that Emilito's exquisite personality overwhelmed Eligio and made him even more sullen. Emilito went inside looking for Don Juan, and Eligio opened up to me. He smiled and came to my side. He put his arm around my shoulders and, placing his mouth to my ear, whispered that he had broken the seal of the parallel lines, and he could go into something he said Emilito had called glory. To him, journeying into the confines of the second attention was as easy as snapping his fingers. He could go into the second attention at the drop of a hat. After explaining it to me, Eligio took me by the hand and made me stand in the middle of the patio, looking at the sky with my chin slightly turned up. He was to my right, standing with me in the same position. He told me to let go and fall backwards, pulled by the heaviness of the very top of my head. Something grabbed me from behind and pulled me down. There was an abyss behind me. I fell into it, and then suddenly I was on the desolate plain with dune-like mounds. Eligio urged me to follow him. He told me that the edge of glory was over the hills. I walked with him until I couldn't move any longer. He ran ahead of me, with no effort at all, as if he were made of air. He stood on top of a large mound and pointed beyond. He ran back to me and begged me to crawl up that hill, which he told me was the edge of glory. It was perhaps only 100 feet away from me, but I could not move another inch. He tried to drag me up the hill. He couldn't budge me. My weight seemed to have increased 100-fold. Eligio finally had to summon Don Juan and his party. Cecilia lifted me up on her shoulders and carried me out. La Gorda added that Emilito had put Eligio up to it. Emilito was proceeding according to the rule. My courier had journeyed into glory. It was mandatory that he show it to me. I could recollect the eagerness in Eligio's face and the fervor with which he urged me to make one last effort to witness glory. I could also recollect his sadness and disappointment when I failed. He never spoke to me again.